Hey guys, Hunter here from Ruck Outdoors. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about bow hunting from the ground versus hunting out of a tree stand. But first, I want to feature a video a subscriber sent in. His name is Wade Pickray. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but he got a nice video of him arrowing his buck this year, and he sent it in to us, so I told him I'd feature that on the channel.
Matt, kill him.
I got him tonight.
Yeah. Oh, he just crashed right
Dude, I thought you were messing with me. You said there's a big one coming. I thought you were messing with me. I'm like, yeah, right. Is that like that's not funny? All of a sudden I saw him like,
Wait.
That's all right.
Wait, he was bedded right over there. When I grunted, he just came right to us.
Did I really smoke him?
You smoked him. Wait, he crashed right over there.
Oh yes. Yeah. Oh damn.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Wade. That was a great buck. Thanks for sending that video in. Always love to see other people's hunts and see people just doing what we love. So we're going to be talking a little bit today about hunting from the ground versus out of a tree stand and my experiences with that. And first I want to say that it is definitely easier to hunt out of a tree stand. So if you have the ability to get one in your spots and get enough of them out there where you can always be in a tree stand, that's obviously ideal. You're going to get picked off less 9 times out of 10 unless you're on a bare tree or something like that. You know, not all setups are created equal, but 9 times out of 10 it is going to be easier to have a tree stand in there. But the areas that I hunt, a lot of them I can't get a tree stand in the thick trees that are in there, or maybe I just don't have enough tree stands in the area. I don't want to put a whole bunch of them out on public land. So a lot of times I'm hunting from the ground. And you know, ideally you get a portable stand set up where you can run and gun and take down your climbing sticks and put up a tree stand every time. You can really get some good setups out there that allow you to get in most trees, and you can do it pretty quick too. So a lot of these setups nowadays are really easy to put up and down, but they're gonna cost you a little bit of money. And you know, you're not always gonna want to bring a 20-pound setup or however much it weighs. You're not always gonna want to bring that deep into wherever you're hunting. So a lot of times I find it's easier to hunt from the ground, and if you can get a good setup in, a lot of times you'll be just as successful. I've killed all 4 of my biggest deer just sitting next to a tree on the ground. 2 of those were with a shotgun, and the most recent 2, the biggest 2, were with my bow. So it can definitely work. I've had great success with it in the past, and I feel like I've done it enough to know what's a good setup and what makes a good ground hunting setup. So it can definitely be done. You know, I killed my Halloween 8-point this year just sitting next to a tree with a brush pile behind me to break up my silhouette. And people commented in the video, man, you need to get a stand hung in there. Or they commented in other videos, they need to get a stand hung. And you know, that's obviously ideal, like I said, but if you're in mid-season and you don't want to take the time to go set up tree stand when you could be hunting, it's okay to do those ground setups. So things I look for in a ground hunting setup: you need to have really good backstop, something to break out your silhouette so they don't kind of skyline you from the ground. And that can be hard to do, but things like a big tree behind you, a nice brush pile, just something behind you that's going to break up your silhouette. That's almost as important as something in front of you to break up your silhouette. In fact, I'd say it's more important. Now, if something gets really close, they're probably going to pick you out. I just don't think there's any way around that if they're sub 5 yards, which is, by the way, when you're on the ground and you get a deer in close, 2 to 5 yards, that is one of the most cool things you can experience while hunting. They're just right there. You can feel like you can reach out and touch them. Now, a lot of times they're going to spook when they get that close, just because it's hard to fool a deer's eyesight when you're that close and they can kind of see your silhouette and see where you're sitting there. Another thing I look for in a setup when hunting on the ground is something in front of you, something to break up some of your movement and just better conceal yourself. And you know, that could be anything from some twigs that you pile on the ground. If you're making a natural ground blind, you can move a treetop over there, or you can just set up in a treetop that may have fallen over. I did that several times this year. Those natural ground blinds work very well. They conceal you. You just get something in front of you, and really around you is the important parts, and just make sure you have plenty of room to shoot and draw your bow and everything. But if you can get those twigs piled up around you or in front of you, it can really help break up your outline that much better and conceal some of your movement. The last important thing when hunting from the ground is bring some sort of a chair. Something that's going to get you off your knees or off the ground, and something that's going to make you more comfortable so you're not moving around. You know, that's the biggest key when hunting on the ground. You're right on their level of eyesight, so if you're moving when you don't see them or whatever, they're going to pick you off. And you know, they don't have the best eyesight visually, but they can see movement extremely well. So the most important thing is to remain still. So if you can get some sort of a chair in your setup to make you more comfortable so you move around less, that's going to be ideal. I like a small packable chair that's really light. I can just strap to my backpack and go in. You know, I've had success hunting just kneeling next to the tree or on my knees or whatever, but I found it's far more enjoyable if you have some sort of a chair. So like I said, ideally you're in a tree stand or a ground blind or something that encloses you. You're going to be able to get away with more movement. You know, you're not going to get picked out as much. You're going to spook less game, generally speaking. But you know, location is everything in bow hunting, and if you don't have a tree stand in the spot that you need to hunt, or you can't get one in there, or you don't have one of those portable setups, which are so nice, but if you don't have one of those, I just wanted to show that it's okay to, you know, bow hunt from the ground. You can definitely be successful doing so. In my experience, you know, my top 4 biggest bucks have been killed from the ground. So if you use these tips and, you know, get something to break out your silhouette, get something behind you, get something in front of you so you can get away with a little bit more movement, you know, conceal yourself a little bit better. And, you know, just use common sense. If you find a spot where you think you'd be concealed in, it's definitely going to be okay to hunt from there. So I just wanted to make this video to kind of break the misconception that you have to hunt from a tree stand while whitetail hunting. I always get comments asking why I'm not in a tree or something along those lines, or get a tree stand in that area. But really, oftentimes in the middle of the season, it's easier just to do a run and gun setup with a chair strapped on my back, and I can just go in and hunt wherever I need to. So I've been really close to deer all season long, and I hunted from the ground the majority of the season. So just wanted to make this video giving a few tips on hunting from the ground, and let you guys know that it's okay to get some of these run and gun ground setups in. You don't always have to be in a tree stand. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to see future content.